The smell on a cheap perfume, for the smile that could share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Ah, one of my favorites. Love Journey, Love Don't Stop Believing. So this is Toxic Toss Thursdays, where I get on here and share with you guys some tips and tricks, on how you can have a chemical-free home, right, and lifestyle. And these are just some things that I have learned along the way with my journey, and really that I want other people to know, because I've told you before, the saying goes, when you know better, you do better, and it's so true. Something that's just not talked about, not mainstream. So I wanted to get on here and talk about it, right? Make it mainstream. So let's turn this down, even though I love me some Journey and Don't Stop Believing. So today we are talking all about greenwashing and pinkwashing. And I'm sure there's a ton of you who probably are like, what the heck is she talking about now? I've never even heard of that. That's okay. I was there too. But some of you might already know, right? And then we're going to go into how can you start to detect these chemicals in your products. So give me a number 1 in the comments down below if you know what greenwashing and pinkwashing is. If you're kind of familiar with the terms and you know what that is, right? Give me a number 2 below in the comments if you have no clue what I'm talking about and you've never heard of this. So a number 1 if you are kind of familiar with greenwashing and pinkwashing, and a number 2 if you've just never heard about this before, right? Because that's what we're going to be talking about today, and then some tips and tricks on how to start detecting these chemicals from your products, right? Okay, so let's get right to it. So let's start with the greenwashing, right? So greenwashing is a term when, okay, these days, tons of companies are starting to want to be organic, right? Organically certified and natural, and they want to make these big claims, and they want to have the best products out there. So they're really starting to look at the labels, right? For you, the consumer, when you go into the store and you look at the labels to see what's going on. And a lot of that just is because it is becoming more mainstream to be natural and want to do natural things, right? Because of everything that's going on in the world, and a lot of people just getting fed up with things. So anyways, long story short, greenwashing is where you have a product and the front of the product tells you, okay, this product is fragrance-free, paraben-free, triglycerin-free. And you see that right up front and you're like, wow, this is great. And it says that it's natural. It says that it's organic. Okay, awesome. Let me add that to my cart. But you didn't flip over the back of the label, right? And then once you start reading the back of the label, you see other things hidden in there. You see sodium lauryl sulfate or dyes or, you know, whatever. There's still toxic chemicals in that product. So that's how they're greenwashing you, right? They're making you think just by the front and the label that this is great. This is a really great product, right? This bad stuff's not in here. But then when you turn around and you look, there is still other bad stuff in there. So that's why you have to really start to educate yourself so that you're not greenwashed. And trust me, this happened to me when I first started getting on my natural journey. I would go into the store and I'd be like, awesome, there's no fragrance, there's no parabens. Yes, I can get this one. I'd put it to my cart. And then I'd get home and I'd smell something or I'd think something and I'd turn it around and I would see something else, triglycerin or something else that I know is a dangerous chemical still, and it was hidden within the ingredients. So you have to be really careful when you're looking at your labels. And you know, it's sad because there's a lot of companies out there now that they'll tell you, we have the best pampering spa products on the market. There are no parabens in them. There's no sodium lauryl sulfate. And we use essential oils. And then this is where I come in like, but what kind of oils are they using? Because you guys know I'm a huge essential oil advocate. I absolutely love Young Living. I did used to use other essential oils because, again, I didn't know that there was a difference. And once I got educated, I wanted the best for my family, right? So I switched over to Young Living, the world leader in grade A therapeutic essential oils. So just even when you hear essential oils, you still have to be careful because 98% of essential oils on the market are adulterated with chemicals and synthetics. So just because a company is saying we add them in that doesn't always mean that's a good thing either, because even those essential oils could have chemicals in them. So you really got to do your research. Okay, so let's go on to pink washing. And remember, give me a number 1 if you guys are familiar with this, and then a number 2 if you're really not, you've never heard these terms before, so we can kind of see where everybody's at. So pink washing, what is that? This one really irks me. Now, greenwashing does too, because you know, it's awful. You think that just because the front of the label, you think you're getting something good and you're not when you flip it over. But pink washing is really bad. So pink washing is when companies are having products, right? And they are putting on the little, oh, what's it called? The little, I am losing my thoughts here. Ribbon. There we go. Mom brain. So they put the ribbon on the products, right, for cancer, to support cancer. However, the product itself has toxic ingredients in it that can actually lead to or cause cancer. So that's pink washing, right? They're telling you, this is great, buy this, it goes to a good cause. The money's going to go towards cancer research and to support those with cancers. But the product itself can lead to cancer. So what is with that, right? You just don't want to support that. So that's pink washing. That's really big around the month of October when it's breast cancer awareness. So it's just things to look at and to know when you are consuming your products. So what can you do, right? What can you even do? Well, number 1 is you kind of got to learn about the chemicals that are toxic, right? The ones that are going to actually adversely affect your body systems and do something negatively. You just have to learn, because again, we've said it so many times, when you know better, you do better, and it's true. So you have to know why they're bad, right? Do a little bit of research and find out, gosh, is what Amy's saying true? Are these chemicals bad, you know, and why are they bad? Number 2, obviously purchase from companies that you know and you trust, right? You know that they are legit and they are a company that's striving to be greener, to do better, to be more organic and natural. Obviously, that's why my family went with Young Living. You know, we trust that company. I love that you can go and visit the farms and you can actually see it for yourself, that things are being done legit and natural. They have the seed to seal promise, and I love that you can actually go and see the seeds, and if they're planting, like at their conventions, they let you get right in there and help plant and all of that. That's awesome, you know, that you can see that. So find companies that you know and you trust and that they're not putting in the toxic chemicals. And then next, there's things you can do as simple as getting apps on your phone. Now, there's an app called Healthy Living through the Environmental Working Group, the EWG. I know sometimes people go back and forth and they say, well, they have a slant, this and that, to what they support, but overall, it is a pretty good app to have on your phone. It's free. You can download it. And with this app, you can actually type in the products you're using, and it will bring up a list of what is toxic in there and why. It will actually rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. And you can also scan the product. So if you're in the store, you take the barcodes and you would scan your app, and it will pop up. And you can, if you say maybe you don't have a smartphone, you can also do this right through your computer. If you just go to the Environmental Working Groups page, you can type in items on there as well, and they will bring up and they will let you know the toxicity level that is in those products and why. And from there, you know, it's up to you to determine, well, what do I think about that rating, and let me figure out the chemicals and go from there. And then, you know, always read the labels, right? Don't be greenwashed, don't be pinkwashed. Take the labels, flip them over, see what's in them and why. And if you don't know, you know, get on the computer, do your research to try to figure it out. So that way you know what's going on. Okay, so we are going to wrap it up. This one was really quick, short, sweet, to the point, all about the greenwashing and pinkwashing. I hope you guys learned something new. I can also post below in the comments the link to the Environmental Working Group's website, so you guys can have that, and the app if you'd want to download that. And next week, this is really exciting, we are going to be talking about why candles, things like the scents that you have the little burners for, the plug-ins, why they literally stink. And they are most likely making you sick. So stay tuned for that. That will be happening next Thursday, January 25th, and I'll give you some tips and tricks on what my house has done to still have it smell good, but to not have those nasty chemicals inside our house. And then obviously, if there's any topics that you want discussed, make sure you comment below and we will add them to the rundown. All right, guys, thanks for watching.